Hi guys, it's Twee. Welcome to the Be Collaborative. Today we're going to learn how to make our very own NFT collection from scratch to finish right here with ScrawnyViking. It's going to be super fast, super simple, and it's going to blow your mind. All you have to do is have your own artwork layered in the right folders, and then we're just going to plug them into the art generator made by Hashlets. Thanks, brother. You're awesome. And then we're gonna upload it to OpenSea with a Solidity contract, and then we're gonna make your own little website with a button that people can connect with Web3, and it's just gonna be so cool, and it's so fast. You don't even need to know how to code. You don't need to know anything. Super simple. And if this helps you out, please go buy an NFT. They're just waiting to buzz in the world of the OpenSea.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's ScrawnyViking. Thank you again for that tweet. What we're going to do today is we're going to build our own NFT collection from scratch, A to Z. This is supposed to be a very quick tutorial, not for the dummy. You kind of already know what you're doing, and it's just not working out for you, and we're going to help and go over everything. We're going to teach you how to host it on IPFS, which is what you see here. You can see the website right here. We're going to teach you how to host it on a Wix website and embed your DApp into Wix. We're going to teach you how to do it for WordPress. And we're going to teach you how to host the DApp just by itself so that it isn't attached to any other web hosting domain. I do recommend you putting copyrights down below and making it look like a legit website, because people will see this and be a little scared. Oh, this is just a DApp that they created. Well, it is. But when you put it into a nice, beautiful website, you know, it makes your average buyer feel a little bit more confident and comfortable with interacting with your stuff, right? Especially when it ends in a .exchange or a .io. So this, I love Wix. They made it really easy to kind of do anything, and it's got it integrated to Twitter and Instagram and a bunch of different APIs that you can integrate. I got my live Discord. You can see I'm live AMA right here doing this video. Just really cool little things. And lastly, also GitHub. I'm sorry, not GitHub. Yes, also GitHub. We can host on GitHub. But GoDaddy. This is a .com. This is my homepage where I won't exist. This is my company. If you want to hire me or anybody that ends up working with and for me, you can also host your DApp on GoDaddy domains. So there's a ton of different ways you can do it. I utilize AWS console to kind of build the DApp, and then it gives you a temporary domain until you forward it into your actual hosted domain that you're paying for. Anyways, we're going to go over all of this, but let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to do is, it's going to be at the top of the description below me, but we are going to download the latest art generator updated. And there's a couple different ways that you can do this. Number one, you can either download the zip. We're just going to copy this and do it the simple way, because when we open up our terminal, by the way, if you've never seen a terminal that looks like this, I highly recommend going to check out my first video that will explain how to install and work all of these things. So we're going to just git clone, and since I copied the clone right here, which you're going to have in the description, now it's going to download this art generator. Now, if you noticed, if you were already in a drive or a folder like I was, TweeCryptoDev, it's going to automatically pop up in the directory that you were in. We don't need to deploy or run or do anything, so it's okay to have this inside of our DApp, which mine is the TweeCryptoDev. So I'm actually going to do this the right way and just open up the art generator by itself. So it's inside of my TweeCryptoDev, wherever you downloaded yours, art generator, and just open that. And that way we're just working with the art generator. You don't want to really get confused on this left side about what's what. As you get more advanced, you can do that and no problem. So anyways, first thing is first is we need to make sure that it works, right? Let's do npm install right off the bat. This is going to install all the dependencies so that your art generator kind of knows the commands that you give it. It knows what to do. Mine was most likely already installed. I've done this many times. Yours will take longer than it just took me. First things first, We want to make sure it works. Node index.js. Cool. You know for a fact that it works. We're going to go into src config. You can see that we just generated 20 NFTs. What did we get? Our build, they're right here. These are my bees. It's a small percentage of my total project. I don't have the whole thing on here, obviously. But now we want to make this your project, right? So we're going to go to config. Guys, this is super duper easy. Don't overcomplicate it, but also be very careful what you change. One typo, one miscapitalization will break the code and nothing will work. Just give you an example. I misspelled one thing. I just deleted one thing and the whole thing breaks. And all these people in our Discord, they keep, oh, what does this mean? Blah, blah, blah. And it's just, you guys have to make sure all typos are correct. So let's do this really easy, right? We want to get our artwork that's already completely done. We're going to reveal in file folder. And then we're going to go find our artwork. So remember art generator updated. That's where it's going to be. So I'm just going to go find, let's do an old one right here. So I'm going to take the layers folder and just copy it. And then go back to where we were here. And I'm going to paste it and overwrite it. Replace the whole destination. Okay, so now it didn't even replace. Oh yeah, I did have all those things in there. So if I don't want all these extra stuff, example, let's go ahead and I'm going to delete my original to show you how to do a brand new thing. So now we have all of our new layers. So we need to match our folder names with the folder names over here. You can either change the folder names to match exactly, or if you like the way that yours are set, then change them to the way you want. Now understand, these folder names are the trait names on your OpenSea. When you open up one of your NFTs and you look at the traits, this is how you set those traits. And also you need to make sure that these are in order from back to front. So background's going to be in the very back, right? And then it goes down to be closer to the front. Obviously very important when you're making stuff. Now I'm doing these in the wrong order because I'm not paying attention in any way, shape, or form. I actually want extra here. I probably want background, extra, and then the body. And this is why originally I put numbers on my folders, and you can erase those later. But I put numbers on there just to make sure that everything was good and I knew exactly what order to put them in. This might be all the wrong. That's okay. Head. So did I miss one? We've got background, extra, body, vitalic, eyewear, face, head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can go ahead and just delete that last row, right? You can delete that last comma. You don't need that last comma. Now let's make sure it works. Don't forget to hit save. All right, it works. We successfully transferred our artwork into this generator by just putting our already layered folders and files, right? I already had them layered with the backgrounds in them, and I already had the delimiter set. This is another thing that's very important. You have to have the rarity factor set with the delimiter, the hashtag. So each one of these will be rendering at 20%. I have it set up so that all of these pretty much render at the same percentage. If I only have one character, then I put the one in there and put 100%. If I had a male and a female version, then I could do, two of them at 50-50, or if I want to render the male and make the female rare, vice versa, I could do like a 90 and a 10. So that's how you would do that. You just order it however you want. Now I'm going to add one more little cool thing to this, actually. Show you really quick how you can make something super rare. I have to add a comma to the one above it, right? Because I'm changing. We're going to do special, right? Special will be a trait that they get, and I can go and create a folder called special and put whatever I want in this, right? So let's say that I want to give away something if they were to get this trait. First of all, I can kind of take one here, open it up in your PSD, and I'm going to create just an empty. I want to make it so that it's the same dimensions. So I'm going to hide this, and then I'm going to save as, saved in my computer, and then I'm going to go save it in my special folder as like a none. And I'm going to put a delimiter, hashtag 99. I already did this earlier, testing something. Just for now, just to have something in this folder. Okay, so now we can close out of this. That go back to here, and we notice that in special we have this none now. 99% of the time it's going to do none, but because there's nothing else against it, it's going to always do it 100% of the time. So now if we want to add something special, and we can call it something special, right? This is just a cool little extra thing. I'm probably wasting way too much time doing this. But now I'm going to copy it, paste it, and put something like you won, or you win, and then hashtag like a 1%. And in this example right here, 1% of the people that get an NFT out of your collection is going to get that special trait and attribute that says you win. Now, it's a blank PNG, so it's not going to show up in the NFT, but it's going to show up in the traits, right? So now if I go and do 100, where you save, node index, we're going to make 100 real quick. We're going to go down to the README and go all the way down to the bottom almost. We're going to do what's called node utilities rarity data.js. So after we're done making our 100, we're going to go look at all the rarity factors of our collection that we just made. So if you look right here, trait type special, none, 99, and 1. So 98 have none, and 2 of them have you win. So on OpenSea, on the traits, it's going to have a trait you win. Only 2% of people have this. What do you win? That's up to you. If you want to put an image in place of that so that it shows what they win, that's up to you. There's so many different things that you can do. I don't want to waste too much time on this, but I just wanted to give a really good example of the freedom of how you can do this. And now there's another one that you can actually do. Let's take this away. And because I'm taking that away, you don't have to, but I'm just going to, no, in fact, I'm just going to leave it there. You can have as many as you want here. This is the most important, that something, whatever you put here matches something in your layers. If you have more layers than what's here, not a big deal. But what I want to do really quick, I want to copy this section. And now let's say that I wanted the first 9,900, but I'm not going to do that much, right? I'm going to do like 90 for now. And then the last 10 is where I'm going to put that special in, right? So the last 10 that are created is going to make that special. And let me show you. So the first 90 will do these traits, and then the next 10 for your final 100 or 10,000 or 9,000 will now create the special ones. Now there's one other thing that we can do here. Now what we want to do, is this not the right art generator? I might not have updated this to the most recent art generator that Hashlips has. And you could go grab that, and there's some extra stuff that we can change. So now that we did what we just did, look at our images. We don't want to look at our images, actually. We want to look at our JSONs. So I can show you that number 90 will have your, it does not have your special. So number 91 now has your special, right? And most likely we didn't get, no, we can go back and, anyways. If that ever happens, just open a new terminal and you can go and close your other one. Just made a little mistake. I'm going to go back to my README. I want to copy that thing again. see. So 99%, 1%. So out of 10, we got none. So none of them were a winner out of the 10, you know, right? So if we made the percentages a little bit different, then anyways. So now you know how that works. Now, and if we wanted to add more and more and more, you can always add more and more and more. You just add another one. And let's say on the next one, the last few ones, you know, last 10 or so, I don't want to have a face. We're just going to make them faceless. You know, and this is just an example. You're just so many different ways that your layers can add up. And it's unlimited potential of what you have capabilities of making your NFT collection. Just play around with it, reverse engineer it, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to move on with this, okay? We have our collection. We have created 100 of them. Now we want to get to the good stuff, the NFT stuff. And I'm thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, do I really want to make the first 15 minutes of this video all about the art generator? I really didn't want to. So I'm going to put hashes so that people can just skip all this stuff. Now let's say that you have all of your artwork done and completed. You understand the art generator. Jay, ScrawnyViking, I don't care about this. I want to deploy my stuff and know how to do everything that you did. That is what we're going to start doing right here, right now. Ready, go. This is where the video starts. I'm going to open up this, and I'm going to stop the video and restart it, and I'm going to take a little break. All right, we are back. Sorry for that short break. It wasn't very long for you. So at this point, you have your NFTs generated. You know the art generator, you understand it, you have your NFTs, and you're ready. Start uploading and getting this stuff live so you can have your NFT collection ready to sell, and then you can go market and promote and chill and do all the fun stuff. We're going to go really fast here. You're going to have to pause the video and catch up at certain parts, but I just want to go through this quickly. Step number 1, let's host our NFT files. Okay, so know where they're at, your art generator updated, and you're going to go to Pinata. Now, my Pinata is already connected to my IPFS desktop. If you don't know how to do this, you might have to kind of go look it up. I don't want to waste too much time with it, but once you download IPFS desktop, or if you don't want to download IPFS desktop, another thing you can do is IPFS daemon. Mine's not going to run because I have my IPFS up already. So if I didn't have it, I could run daemon, and that will host your local IPFS, and you don't even have to have this thing up. But eventually, you do want to connect, and you're going to have to know coding, certain codes to connect your IPFS to your Pinata through an API key. It's easier just to download IPFS desktop and Pinata, and then when you get those things, you're going to... Mine's already done, but you're basically going to connect this with Pinata, and you're going to put an API key in. The way to get your API key is up here, your API keys. I've already issued one. You just click New Key, and just call it whatever you want. You don't need to worry about any of this stuff, blah, 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 create key. I'm sorry, you do have to collect, just do admin right there, my bad. Call it what you want, create the key. When you have your API key, this is your secret token access. Just copy all, go to your IPFS desktop, and when you go to add Pinata, again, mine's already added, it's going to ask you for your secret phrase. Just paste it, and you're good. You're connected. It is literally that easy. If you have problems, there's tons of videos of how to do it. So anyways, now we've done that. Let's go back to Pinata. I don't need that key. Invoke it. Get rid of it. Goodbye key. Files. Now we're going to upload a folder. All of our NFTs that we created. Mine was in Tweet Crypto Dev Art Generator Updated, and it's going to be in Build. Images. Open the Images folder. I have 200 of them. While I was on break, I actually made a couple of changes to fix my personal collection, and I upped it to 200 so that you can see one of the winning special traits that we have, right? So we're updating this, and call it whatever you want, usually your project name. Mine's going to be Vitalik Simpson. You'll see in a second. I haven't showed you them yet. And I'm gonna also label it PNGs because I don't want to get confused later with my folder of my JSONs. So now this next step is the very, very, very important part that a lot of people are missing. Their base URI keeps changing on them. They can't get their images to show up on on OpenSea with the correct metadata and the base URI. This is what we're doing right now. This is how you do that. You have to have Hashlip's art generator to be able to do this. Other people's art generators might have the same function, but we're using Hashlip's. I would highly recommend just to go grab it. I'll have it in the link below you, or below the video. So now I have italic PNGs. This is all my artwork. This is the NFTs that are stored on Pinata, and we need to point the metadata to go grab them. So we're going to copy link address of this. We're going to go back to our art generator config file. At the very top, you're going to see construct base URI. You're going to replace this huge thing with what you just copied. Gateway Pinata Cloud IPFS, and this is the hash that all of your files are stored in. So now we're telling, and we got to save, all right? But once we put that in, hit save. And also don't forget to change your description of everything. Now, I needed to do this before I created my NFTs. I am so sorry for not telling you this earlier, but you can't really change this through a code. So testing description. Now, I would need to go and remake all of my NFTs after I hit save. Node index.js. So if you forgot to do this and you already had your NFTs because you're following along with me, I sincerely apologize. You're going to need to recreate them. You're going to need to re-upload the file or the folder of all those images. You're going to need to re-click the copy link address and go ahead and delete this first one that we just did. Now that you've done that, you have your description for your NFTs, and they will be in your JSON files. Mine is going to show different right now. That is quite okay. I hope you understood and followed all that. The only thing we care about right now is changing the base URI, which we have done, and now we have saved. Now we're going to go down to our README, almost at the very bottom, and we're going to find the node utilities, update base URI. Okay, so I'm going to click my JSON number 1. You're going to notice that it's the old one right here. Now when I go and run this, bam, you saw it instantly change, and it did it for every single JSON file that you had in here, which is attached to these images. Whoops, I didn't mean to show you that yet, but that's okay. So now we have that. Now we're going to upload our folder full of all of our JSON files. Go back to build, click the JSON, upload, and I like to name it the same thing. It should be popping up on me, and it's not. And then I add JSONs at the end. So now I know the difference between my PNG folder and my JSON folder, and they're associated together. Now, right here, Vitalik JSONs, copy link address. This is our bread and butter. This is our most important CID. And we can change this later on if we ever needed to. But now we're going to deploy. We go to remix.ethereum.org. Remix.ethereum.org. I'll put that in the link down below as well. And we're going to see a page that just kind of looks like this, and it should be blank. I'm going to go ahead and make a blank. Can't think of a good word right now, so blank. And now we're going to go, and we have to get our DApp. We're going to go download the NFT tutorial that I have created for you guys that has a DApp that you can easily just go reverse engineer and change and make it your own. Inside of this DApp we're about to grab has our contracts. I have 2 different ones for you that you get to choose from, or we're going to go back, or we're going to go over them to see what they are. So in the description below, you're going to see a GitHub for NFT tutorial. You're going to click that, and you're going to end up in the same spot as me right here, right now. So now you're going to either download zip, like we did before the first time with the art generator, or you're going to copy this. I'm just going to copy this, and we're going to go, and I'm going to run out of my D drive. I don't want to install this into my art generator, right? So I'm going to go CD, D drive. You can do C drive, whatever drive you have. If you have multiple external hard drives, you have D, E, F, G. Pick whichever one you want, right? So now I'm going to go git clone and paste the repository that I have built for you guys. Now I'm going to go and open it. Open folder, find it, and you will see NFT tutorial. Open this, and the first thing I want you to do before anything else is run npm install. Let's install all of our dependencies so that when we give it commands, it knows what to do with that command. This one might take a little bit longer than the art generator one, and mine might go a little bit faster than you. I have a very good computer, very good internet, and I've already installed this so many times that it's kind of just rewriting stuff. It could take 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes for you on this part. Just pause the video until you're done. Mine's taking longer than I thought it would, to be honest. But anyways, while that's doing that, we don't really care. Let it run. Go up to contracts. And I have 2 specific ones for you that we're going to put in Remix Solidity. This first one, I call it mint to self-deployment. This has a function that we can set how many we want to mint to ourselves. First, let's get this to Remix, right? Well, let's make sure we get the right one. So I'm going to explain it. This one does not have a pre-sale function. This one does not have a whitelist function. This one does not have a commissions function if you are paying a developer or a team member for the initial sales. Let's say I'm your developer and you want me to do this all for you, and I take 2% or 1% of initial sales. Then I would want to use this contract. This one has the whitelist capabilities with the pre-sale, which means that while I have the pre-sale running, the only people that can buy is if I whitelist their address specifically. And then on top of that, we got a commissions payout here if you wanted to pay out a developer or a teammate. Now, if you didn't want to use this, you can always hash it out. I do control ? Or you can literally just type those 2 green things. And when you do that, you also got to hash out this down here, lines 1284 and 1285. Just copy like I did and hit control ? And it's going to hash them out. So that's no longer part of the code. We were not dealing with the commissions, no problem. But we're going to use this contract because I want to teach you about the no reveal function and the pre-sale and the whitelist function. This is a lot more advanced than the other one, the mint to self-deployment. This one allows you to actually mint to yourself. If you want to have all 10,000 and pay the gas fees to have all 10,000 already minted on OpenSea, then you can do that with this contract. I don't recommend it because if you have 10,000 NFTs floating on OpenSea, you're basically telling people, hey, go pick one. A lot of the appeal to the NFTs is mystery and the game and the incentives and the rewards and why should I buy this? Why should I hold this? What can I get for buying it? What can I get for holding it? If you don't have those in place, you're essentially just creating an art gallery and convincing people to buy it. Why would they do that? They can just right-click, copy-paste, and use your images for anything that they want. They now own your artwork. You have to give a reason for it to be minted on the Ethereum network and giving it, making it into a digital asset, not just a piece of art. Now it is a digital asset piece of art that's worth something. Now you, as the developer, give it that worth. What do people get in return for owning your NFT? If you don't have anything like that, there's no reason to create NFTs and put them on a Ethereum blockchain and pay thousands of dollars to do it. You're wasting your money. Just go make a website and put your artwork up there and charge people $5 to go pick an image that they like. There's so many different ways to do it. And I don't want to discourage anybody from making NFTs, but I do want to make sure that you understand the difference between art gallery and minting an NFT on a blockchain. There's no difference as far as the image, but as far as the value and the worth and where you can get it and what you can do with it, it's night and day compared to an art gallery and a website and being on a Ethereum blockchain on OpenSea. Anyways, I hope that kind of helped some people explain everything and the differences. But anyways, we're going to go and use the more advanced contract, and I'm going to undo this so that we can show you the commissions now that you know how to, take it out and put it back in, right? So now you're just going to quadruple click or right click, select all, and copy it. Go to your remix and paste it into the .sol that we just created. And mine's blank.sol. You can name it whatever you want. I'm going to go back to NFT tutorial and make sure I have the same one. So I'm just going to paste it onto here. And after you do that, I want you to go down to the left one. Mine has a green check mark. Yours won't, unless you've done this before. I want you to click auto compile and auto enable optimization. Now, here's another really, really, really important part that a lot of people don't know and a lot of tutorials aren't discussing. It's almost like they're purposely confusing you so that you go to their channel and have to ask for help. There's something you have to change called the ABI. The ABI is the functionality of your contract, how it works. And you need to tell your DApp how your contract works so it knows how to function when people interact with it. So now that you have this in here, first of all, let's make our changes to your project right here on 1229. This is the name of your contract. I like it to keep it the same as what I named my .sol right here. And then all you're going to change is the price to a 0.1. The max supply, I only made 200. I'm going to go 200. You can do 10,000. You can do 100,000 if you want. Max mint amount. I'm only going to allow people to mint 5 at a time. That's the max. You can do 10, you can do 100, whatever. An NFT per address limit. Now this is the pre-sale whitelist. Now, when I whitelist a wallet to be able to purchase during the pre-sale, they are only allowed to do 2 of them. Now that I put 2. After 2 of them, they will no longer be able to purchase anymore during the pre-sale. We've also added a mapping, so that we know that that address purchased 2 pre-sales. They can't go transfer those to another wallet and then purchase them from the same wallet anymore. Hashlips corrected that by adding a loophole fix with the mapping of the owner address. Brilliant man. I love Hashlips. If you want to learn how to code and do all this stuff from scratch, go follow him. If you just want to be an operator and learn how to do this, follow me. If you want to do both, follow us both. Both very educational tutorials, depending on what you want to do. How deep dive do you want to go into it? Do you want to never rely on anybody ever again? Go watch Hashlips' stuff. If you don't care about relying on other people and you don't mind paying somebody to help you do a lot of this, that's what I'm here for. Anyways, so we're going to move on with this and let's get this deployed, right? We've got our contract in. We've put our parameters in. You can put this to whatever address you want. And you understand it all. So now let's go to the second one. Make sure you're enabled optimization, auto compile, and we're going to get our ABI. So now that we put those in, I want you to go and click on the contract that you named it. Mine's NFT tutorial. And then I want you to click ABI. You're going to copy your ABI. Hopefully you're following with me. I want you to go back to your terminal, your DApp that we downloaded, the NFT tutorial. And then you're going to go to, I am brain farting, but contracts. So sorry. So it's SRC, contracts, ABI. Now I want you to quadruple click, and we're going to paste on top of that. So now we have our new contract functionality in our contract section of our DApp. Now, if you look in your Redux blockchain actions at the very top, we are importing our smart contract from contracts ABI.json, which is this right here. We just changed this to our contract from Remix that we're about to deploy. We like to keep this organized. That's why I did it in advance than not later. It's much harder to go find this ABI once we've already deployed, especially if your computer crashes or your Google crashes for some reason and you can't get your remix functionality back up. So we do that now. Cool. We're going to hit save. That's taken care of. Now we're going to go to the third tab. This is our deploy and run transactions. Now if you notice, I'm on mainnet, so I'm going to go and open my MetaMask and I'm going to go to Rinkeby. We want to test this under Rinkeby before we make it live. Now we're going to do everything on Rinkeby testnet, and at the very end of it, once we are complete and we are finalized and we are hosted and we are live and you have done everything from A to Z, now all you do is come back to Remix and deploy it onto the mainnet Ethereum network, which is 1 instead of 4. And then we're going to change a few things in a DApp to make it from Rinkeby testnet to live on mainnet. Not a whole lot to change. It's actually very, very easy and simple, and we're going to do that as soon as I launch and deploy and verify this. So, we're on Rinkeby now. I need you to make sure your account is the right account, and your address, contract, make sure it's not on address. You need to click on the one that you have, NFT tutorial for mine. Now here's the fun part. The name is the name of your collection. I'm going to name mine Vitalik. You'll see why in a second. Vitalik Simpson. And then VS Now your base URI, you're going to go to Pinata. It's your JSON files, okay? Copy link address and your base URI. And then I need you to put a slash at the end, guys. The slash that's on your question mark on your keyboard has to be at the end of your base URI. Okay. The next part we have not really talked much about. It's your no reveal URI. Now for this part, this is only if you want people to not be able to see your NFTs before they buy them, even after they buy them. So they're going to be blindly buying NFTs, and what you're going to show them is whatever you want to show them. Instead of, like, if they were to buy the first 10 NFTs, instead of them getting the first 10 NFTs, they're going to get the no reveal pre-sale NFTs, which is, we're going to create that. I've already created a couple. Now, I'll teach you a little bit how to do it, but I'm not going to waste too much time going over it. Mine, for example, I did, if I can find them, right here, my pre-sale metadata and my pre-sale. So now I'm using this image. When people buy on my pre-sale with the no reveal data, they're all going to see this image. Basically, their bee is sleeping, and it tells them to remind them to refresh metadata once we do the reveal function. And now I also have to make a JSON file in relation to that PNG, right? So this PNG, notice it ends in GT7D. This ends in GT7D. So I actually created this metadata file specifically for my no reveal pre-sale functionality. If you want to do the same, which I recommend if you're following me and you're doing the same contract, this is really cool because you can sell NFTs as a mystery and let people buy without them ever seeing what they got or what they're going to get. This is huge for projects that have that rarity factor, that have that mystery factor. You know, don't forget, this is an open world. You can do it a million different ways. If you can think it, you can code it, you can do it, you can develop it. So just think outside the box and how you want to run your project. Anyways, back to it. Let's make your metadata file. What we're going to do is we're going to open a new window, and we're going to open our art generator, open folder, and go back to your art generator that we did. Open that guy in a new terminal. We're just going to do this the easy way. What I want you to do is go to build down here, go to JSON, and take number 1. And then reveal in File Explorer, pop it up, and then I'm going to have you copy and paste, and then rename to whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to put no reveal .json. And you didn't have to put .json because it's already a .json, right? So now I'm going to open this. It's going to open inside of my terminal automatically because I have my node open, right? And now I'm going to edit this. I'm going to take right here from Hashlips engine. Don't take this thing. Take right before it. And go all the way up into delete the addition. And then 2 more. So that bracket is nestled up right against the image right here. Now I need you to go all the way over and delete that comma. And now it's not broken. Then go up to the top and delete the DNA. That's all you need to do. So now you have your name. This is going to be the name of the NFTs that show up in the no reveal presale. So they're all going to have the same thing. So I'm going to do Vitalik Simpson no reveal. And then maybe like a coming soon. Okay, so that's the name. And then the description of this is going to be inside when I click on the NFT. What's this going to show in the description? This is the no reveal. I like big capitals. No reveal NFT card or placement holder prior to launch. All right. And now what I'm going to do, what image do I want to use? You can make up anything you want. Let's just go ahead and do anything we want. I'm going to save this. Okay, so now it's saved, and I know where it's at now, right? So I'm going to, now that I've done that and I've saved it, no, wait, I'm so sorry. Don't save this, don't close this, keep it up. Go back to Pinata and upload whatever file, whatever image you want to use that'll show up as your PNG for the no reveal presale. Be anything you want. I'm going to go ahead and do like, so I can show you. I already have one, but I'm just going to pick one, right? Let's do this BDapper. I like this guy. BDapper PNG. This should be like instant. I don't know what's happening right now. All right, so now I'm going to take and copy link address. I'm going to go back to that art generator. And now I'm going to replace the image. Bam. And do not put a slash or anything, right? This is just an image file, not a folder. If this was a folder and I wanted to get files inside of the folder, I put a slash, and now I just made that into a directory. Now it's going to grab something after it. So we don't put a slash on this one. Hit save. Now we can close this out. No big deal. And then we're going to upload the JSON file that we just created, which in my case, it's deep inside of all the folders I did. It's in the build, it's in the JSON, and mine's probably going to be at the very last because it's not a number, it starts with the letter. No reveal. No reveal.json, upload. Bam! Now we have our no reveal metadata that I showed you before. We just created one. So we're going to take that JSON, copy link address, go back to remix, and bam! We have our no reveal URI. So sick. I hope you guys followed all that and completely understand how to do everything we just did. If you didn't, come to my Discord. I'm always around. I'll be happy to answer questions. We are going to deploy. If you did everything up to the point and didn't make any adjustments in here, all of this stuff should still be up. Let's hit transact. We're on a Rinkeby test network. Confirm. And we are deploying. I'm going to move really fast from now on, guys. This is all super simple stuff from here. It's just a matter of knowing and remembering. Take notes when I give you lines and things to change in the next couple of minutes. So we are deployed. Usually a little thing pops up to confirm that you are deployed. I don't know why mine doesn't anymore, but we are deployed. We are live. Here it is, popped up at the bottom left. First thing first, let's go ahead and copy the contract address and open up Rinkeby Etherscan. You can type that into Google, and it will be the very first one. And paste your contract address so that we can see this. Outstanding. Now I want you to click on the hash on the bottom left. Click on the arrow. Scroll all the way down. And in this box, we're going to need this to verify your contract. Where these zeros start is where you need to grab. And then all the way down. Copy that. Go back to your D app, right? And then I made a folder called Deploy Files, Verify Contract. You're going to replace what's in here. Just completely replace everything that's in there. This is going to be what you need to verify your contract. And you can save that if you want so that it's, you know, in your D app that you're going to customize later. And we'll go back to that. Let's go back to Remix and start talking about the functionalities and what you can do. First of all, guys, you're deployed. You're live. You were also live on OpenSea, but we haven't minted anything. So let's just start by minting a few so that I can show you examples. We're still connected to the owner wallet. We're still connected to everything. Everything's great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mint some. Now, right now, all you see is a mint function because you're the developer. You're the owner. And this is the functionality as the owner. It's like your console. So there's no amount. There's no... you know, yours is free. You're the owner. But if you wanted to charge yourself money, you can just put in the money right here. You can go down to Ether and charge yourself 0.02. You know, it's actually not points. You have to do the full value. So if you were to do 18 zeros, then that, you know, if I do 1 and then 18 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that's 1 Ethereum with 18 zeros. Now if I want to do 0.1, 17 zeros. If I want to do 0.01, you delete another zero, it's 16 zeros. 0.001, and so on. So I want to do 0.0, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to leave this as 0 for now. We're not having any value. Let's just go ahead and mint 10 to ourselves. Max mint amount per session exceeded, as you can see that. I can't do that, even though I'm the owner, right? So how do we fix that? I want to mint 2, but I only allowed... Or I want to mint 10, but I only allowed 2, right? And so if I want to change that really quick to let somebody do that, you have the option to do that in here. You just go to set max mint amount per address, because we're in the pre-sale function right now. So you can do the set max mint amount right here, but that's after the pre-sale. So right now the max mint amount is 5, but our pre-sale is only 2. So this is how you change it. If I wanted to make that 10, I can make that 10. After the pre-sale, if I want people to be able to buy more than 5, I can always change that to 10, 20, 100, whatever I want, just by transacting it. It'll cost between $2 and $5 most likely to run these transactions. But screw it. We're just going to mint 2 because that's what we're allowed. And we just want to see them up on OpenSea to make sure that it all works. So now you know how to mint to yourself as the owner. You know how to change the pre-sale mint amount right here. And you know how to change after the pre-sale, when everything's live, the max mint amount per transaction. That's not overall max mint amount. Like, they can still own 50 of them. They just can only do 5 at a time. Okay, so let's scroll all the way to the bottom. Total supply is now 2 because we just minted 2 of them. All right? At this point, let's go ahead and just break our flow. And let's go find Rinkeby OpenSea so that we can see our test networks. This doesn't want to give me the Rinkeby testnet for some reason. So we're going to actually just type testnets.opensea.io. And it will take you to their homepage. I'm already logged in, apparently. And you can see... I've done some testing with other people, as you can see. I shouldn't even be... Okay, good. They're showing bees and not their stuff, so that's good. Oh, also notice, I have to notice that I'm on the wrong account. If I look at my remix here, maybe I am on the right one. F48, F48. Okay, so we are on the right one. And I can go here and click my collections and see that I had created the Vitalik Simpson collection. Bam! There's our 2 NFTs that we minted, guys. Now, we used the the no reveal BaseURI. So the image that I put up there is this one. This is what they're showing. It was the sleeping bee that said refresh metadata, right? That's the one I was using. And then I made a new one. That's why it's showing this. So if I go and click on this, this is the no reveal placement holder prior to launch, like I put in my description. This is the name that I put in that metadata file. And this is the image that I pointed for it to grab. Now you go in here and you can edit this collection all that you want. Go back to your thing, go back to collections, and edit. Sign the thing on MetaMask showing it's confirming that you are the owner of this and you are allowed to edit. And it's signing that into the Ethereum blockchain network so the whole world knows that you're doing this. Alright, so you put your logo, your featured image. You notice the featured image right now is the image that I put on there. It will automatically do that until you change that feature image. Then you got your banner image. Your banner image will show up right when you click on your collection right here. This is your banner image. Okay, so go back to edit. The name of your collection. If you want to send people to your website to see whatever you want, you put it right here. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's not what this is. The name of your collection. You can name it whatever you want. So you can send people straight to your collection. I can, VS1. I can tweet. It doesn't matter what it is. And let it refresh. Make sure that it's available. It is valid. Cool. And that's the address you would use to send people. I would obviously use like Vitalik Simpson or whatever my collection name was. If you put a space in it, then it's going to put little hyphens like I have highlighted up there. But it won't even let you do that, apparently. Anyways, then you put your description, and you can put your site and all this information, your royalties. So if I want, every time, this is after the initial sale. Now, let's say all of your collection sold out and people are trading it. Every time somebody trades it, I'm going to get 5% of that trade amount. Or whichever wallet I put in here. It doesn't have to be the owner wallet. It could be whatever wallet you want. It could be a developer's wallet, and the guy goes, or the girl, says, I want to charge 5% on the back end. I want that for being your developer. And this is how you would do that. Or you can do the front end, which is all initial sales. You do that on the Solidity contract. through this right here. And if you want to change the percentage, it's down here on 1284. It's currently at 1. Now it's at 5. Super simple. This is how you pay devs and people on the front end. And then in your royalties on OpenSea, this is how you pay them on the back end. Contain cover padded depends on what your images look like. Do you want spacing in between them or not? Just kind of play with that. You can always change this, you guys. When I hit submit changes, I can change this 1,000 times. No big deal. It's not final. Anyways, so that's exciting. So now what I'm going to do is show you how the no reveal works. So right now they have the no reveal placement holder. What I'm going to do is go to remix, and I'm going to click reveal in my write functions. All the orange ones, this is the write functions. Your blue ones, this is your read functions. I can read. It'll tell me anything about the contract when I click these. Feel free to click away as much as you want on these blue ones. You will not hurt anything. This is your cost per NFT. So if you wanted to kind of cheat and change that cost later and do something else with all the zeros, the 0.1 ETH, so you know that there's 17 zeros there, not 18. If there was 18, it would be 1 ETH. But you can just copy that and use that as a reference to go and making any changes. Let's say I want it to be 0.02 or 0.05, or if I want it to be 5 Ethereum, add a 0. Feel me? Easy. So now we're going to hit reveal, write this transaction, and now our pre-sale is over. Which, by the way, I just remembered that I forgot to tell you about the whitelist and how to whitelist people. So I'm going to rewind. Before I just hit that reveal button, pretend like I've never done that. At the very bottom, I supplied a little bracket area. This is where you put your whitelist, and it has to be in this format. You change the addresses right here. I set it up so that there's 3 of them so that you can kind of see how it works. Take note that there's no comma at the end of the very last wallet that I'm choosing to whitelist. That is very important. You have to go bracket to bracket, no spaces before or after. Copy this after you've changed your wallet addresses. If you're going to add more, you know, you can, I would highly recommend just copying that second one, going inside of this one, adding a comma here, and then bam. Whoops. And then you can just keep adding as much as you want. And then when you're done adding, delete that last comment, that comma, sorry. And then copy all of this and go into the bottom of your orange, of your write functions, you'll see whitelist users. All you do is paste that into there, transact, confirm, and bam. All of those addresses can now participate in your pre-sale event and buy up to 2 pre-sale NFTs. So, sorry I missed that earlier. You might have been like, whoa, what about whitelisting? Hopefully you caught it. Now we go back, we fast forward, and we just hit reveal, right? We're going to go down and triple, quadruple check that we actually hit reveal. So it says false. Now it says true. Now what this did was it changed the BaseURI. Actually, right here, this is your BaseURI. It was not revealed BaseURI right here, which was pointing to the metadata that is currently live, this stuff. Now that I hit reveal, it is now using my BaseURI, my real live collection. So when I go here and click one of them and click refresh metadata, so long as the network is not congested right now, when I hit refresh, you should see the NFT and all the new information. It is a little congested. It's not working quite right now. Hit it a couple more times, do a couple more refreshes. You never really know how long it takes. I did this a month ago, and it took 24 hours to refresh. I did it a couple days ago. It was almost instant. It really depends on the network congestion of what's going on. But you just kind of keep doing that. You see, one of them actually did render. Let's try this one now. So bam, now we are live on our collection. Vitalik Simpson is what I call the collection. Remember, he's number 1. I can teach you how to change that so that it says Vitalik Simpson number 1. Actually, I'll teach you right now since I just brought it up. You would go to your art generator. A new window, new folder, select folder. Find your art generator right? You might still have yours up if you just minimized it and didn't close it like me. And you are going to go to main on line 105 of the art generator that I have. You can change the name, okay? So I could have put Vitalik Simpson and then number to put a 1. If I didn't want the hashtag, it would just put 1 because it's writing the edition number. That's what this function's saying. So it'll tell you which edition number it is based off the metadata. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put the appropriate number after Vitalik Simpson. So that's how you change the name of the image right here. Anyways, now I go back to this collection. They should both be showing. Perfect. They're both showing. So awesome. It works 1000%. So exciting. Now, the next step is verify contract if you want to. So let me explain this and why I said if you want to. So let's go back and copy at the very top of this. Copy that contract address again if you don't still have it up, which you kind of should, right? Click on the contract address, click on contract, and then verify and publish. Now, before I go into this, I want to explain to you, you may not want to verify yours yet. Let's say I didn't reveal that function, and it still said the no reveal stuff. And I don't want people to be able to go into my contract and look at my BaseURI, and if they're computer NFT savvy enough, they could go and find the IPFS CID hash that I'm storing all my images in so that they can go see these NFTs before the presale whitelist is over. We don't want people to be able to do that. So you wouldn't verify your contract yet. Just run your presale, run your whitelist, and you're going to connect your DApp, which we're about to go into, so that the whitelisted people can go and buy your NFT from your DApp, not the Etherscan contract, because it's not verified yet. Now you hit reveal, you end your presale, right? Your whitelisted presale, which, by the way, let's do that real quick. So you're going to go to set only whitelist, the third from the bottom orange. Set only whitelist. And you're going to set it to false. Let's scroll down, and you're going to go to only whitelisted. You see it's true. So only people that can buy right now on this contract are people that are whitelisted. But we're past that, right? We're beyond that. We've sold our presale, we've sold our whitelist, and now we've already revealed the metadata, the URI, so now people can see the actual NFTs, right? But now I want everybody to be able to buy. So I need to set whitelist to false. Right here, and transact, and bam. Once that goes through, and you click revealed, only whitelist, it now just changed to false. Now everybody can buy your NFT. So now people might not want to go buy it from your DApp. They don't trust you. They don't trust what you programmed into that DApp. They want to buy straight from the Etherscan contract. Well, you got to verify it. So let's go verify it, right? So now for testing purposes, I went ahead and did a bunch of things in the Solidity contract and changed some things to show you guys. So I wasn't able to verify that contract. You don't want to mess with the Solidity contract after or before you verify, after you deployed it. So we're going to go ahead, and this number looks different than the one that I had before, but I did all the same steps, and we're just going to go verify the contract after I deployed it so that I can show you exactly how to verify it. So we're going single file, 8.7, not 8.8, not 8.9. It has to be 8.7. That's what we deployed it on. And then your GNU version 3. The reason I know that is because at the very top you will see the license identifier, GPL version 3.0. If you ever forget that, that's where you find it. Now we hit continue, optimization yes, go back to remix, copy everything, paste it into here, and now remember we opened our DApp and we put in that verify contract ABI. If you didn't do that or if you don't remember, let's go find it again really quick. Copy your contract address, paste it, hold control so you open up a new tab, click the contract creation, scroll all the way down, and we're going to find that last set of zeros that starts right there. Copy everything underneath it. And now we're going to replace what they have in there. They never put it right for some reason. And this should verify. If you end up running into problems and you can't get yours verified, Be careful of what you might have changed in the contract and change it accordingly before you verify, or come to our Discord and we'll have somebody help you. Awesome, we are verified. Easy. Now you go to your contract address and you can write and read functions. But you don't need to mess with this yet because you still have your remix open and you can write all of your functionalities here. Everything that you were able to do before that we talked about, you're still able to do here. And if for some reason this closes out, basically, as long as you still have this in here, let's just watch. I'm going to close this out. Open it up. You will note that it's gone. It's not there anymore. Oh shoot, I want to do it. I want to be able to do it from here, not straight from the contract, or I haven't verified it yet. Go back to Injected Web 3, be on the right network that you deployed your contract on, Rinkeby or Mainnet. And now you're going to click on the contract, the same one that you deployed. It has to be the same exact contract that you deployed. And then you go back and copy your contract address and put it right here. And now it just popped back up. Should have. Oh, I forgot to click this right here. So you got to click on... Oh, I'm on the wrong one. I used this one, didn't I? Yep, I was on the wrong one. That's why. Now, make sure you click on the right contract. Now put your thing in there, hit address, and it will pop up. Now you have all your functionality again, right? Everything works. So that's how you do that. Now we're done with Solidity. You've done everything. You know how it works. If you don't and you have some more questions, please come and ask. I'd be more than happy to. I also have services that you can go to my home website. Tomorrow Won't Exist. Wherever it went, tomorrowwon'texist.com. Hire Team Twee talks a little bit about what I can do. Here's my packages, and here's how you pay me. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can also just send straight to my address by copying my wallet address right here. Or if it's just a simple question, I'll be more than happy to answer questions. Just fire them off. When I get to you, I will answer them. Anyways, let's open up our DApp. Okay, so we already installed it. That's the art generator. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. We're done with that. We already downloaded it, installed it, and picked it up because we went to get our smart contracts out of it. So this should still be up for you guys. And we already did npm install, right, that we had running in the background. So now everything should work. You make sure that your API is correct. We already did that. You know, that didn't change, so that's going to be fine. Now, first thing is first, if you have a package lock.js on file, delete that. That should not have popped up. But anyways, first thing is first, we are going to go to app.js, which is going to be underneath your SRC. So if you open up SRC, you will see app.js. Now this looks long and confusing and scary. We will go over it. But first, right now, this is the only things that you need to change to get your Solidity contract that we just deployed and your OpenSea collection that we just deployed that are connected together. And now we need to connect them to our DApp that we're building. So first you go to app.js and you are going to copy your contract address. You're copying the right one. I am going. That is my right one. So on line 190 of app.js, you're going to replace my contract address with your contract address. Now right below it, on 192, you can change your price. You can see in Solidity, we had our price set to 0.1. Want to make sure that those match. Now, this number right here is the number that we're charging people from our DApp. You can make this number whatever you want. If I were to put 0.2, then they will still get an NFT that costs 0.1, but they're giving us 0.2 for it. For any reason you wanted to charge differently from your DApp than you did from your Etherscan contract, you can do that. But note that if you put this too low, a 0.09, but it costs 0.1 for an NFT, it's going to charge them 0.09 and give that money to you, but it will not give them an NFT because they did not pay enough for your contract to give them one. So make sure that those match. It's important, but at least you know how it works now. So there's only 2 things you're going to change so far on app.js to make this yours. The next thing under SRC is Redux, blockchain actions. Okay, we already established that our import smart contract is taking our contracts ABI, which we've already put into there earlier, right? So next we are going to scroll down to line 57. And this is the next place that we're going to paste our contract address into. If you've copied anything like I have, and you might want to go repaste it, recopy it. So now, and then lastly, network ID. 54 is a 1. That's the Ethereum mainnet. We're going to change it to a 4, which is the Ethereum Rinkeby testnet. So now we've only changed a handful of things, right? We changed our API a long time ago. We changed our app.js to our new contract address, and we changed the price to our new price. So we went to blockchain actions, and we went and changed our contract address on line 57, and then we changed network ID to 4 from a 1. So the only 4 things you need to change to make it from my old contract to your new contract. And now everything is working and functioning with your DApp that we're going to go over right now. And then you can reverse engineer and web design and make it your own. So the next part from here is we want to test everything to make sure that it actually is working with our contract, right? So the first thing we're going to do after we did npm install, type npm start. This is going to open up your localized live version of the website from app.js so that you can see what is happening when you make changes live. If you break your code, then you know what you did wrong. So I always recommend having this up in the background while you're changing stuff. So to give you an example, if I go here, app.js, I made this super simple so that you guys can easily just remove stuff. They're mostly just images. You can remove, you can copy, what am I trying to say? You can literally just comment stuff out. If you don't want this gallery doing that thing up there, copy gallery to gallery, and control ? will basically take that out of the functionality. This is supposed to be live, and it wasn't for some reason. And you can see that it took it out. I did have to refresh. You shouldn't really have to do that. And then these buttons here, down here, you can also take those out. Div to div. Those are gone. And let's just take out the videos as well. And I'm not deleting them, I'm just commenting them out because maybe you want to use what I created and add your own stuff to it, right? So now you just have this basic button and a banner. I can help you with this as well. I can't spend too much time on it. The reason I didn't spend too much time on it, I'm not going to spend too much time on this because everybody wants a different looking website. So there's no reason for me to go in here and do a bunch of stuff. And here you go, here it's for free. Like I'm already doing that, but I made it so simple that you can just add or replace or take away or whatever. So now this image right here, we basically just go find an image. You can hit Control F and pop this up. And I'm going to go look for any images that I might have. I'm going to do styled image 1. So now I have a styled image 1 right here doing a 90. So I'm going to do this and I'm going to comment that out and hit refresh. And now all I have is a button. If that's all you wanted, that's how you did it. And then what's cool about this is you can kind of like do a pop-up window from your main website and do like a little 300 by 200 pop-up window. And this is your button now. So when I go on my website and I click on, you know, something, whatever you want it to be, it'll pop up this little window. So it just looks like a little button, a little app that's coming off of your website. There's a million different ways that you can do this, right? But I just kind of want to show you a few ways to reverse engineer. You could always change the images out to your own images. There's a lot of stuff you can do here. Anyways, but we changed the main things with the app, and the blockchain with your contract address and the price, and blockchain actions the same thing, contract address and the network ID. The last thing that I want to show you is this gas limit right here. I set it to 285. This is going to ensure that the NFT goes through, but it's not going to accidentally charge them so much in case something happens that they end up depleting their wallet. It's not what we want to happen, so we put a safety measure in there. If you don't want that to happen, the problem with having this in here, if they wanted to go and buy more than one, and when this pops up, it's only estimating the gas for one NFT. They would have to go and manually edit the gas and make it to it. So it's about 160,000 per NFT to mint. That's an approximation. So if I want to mint 2, I just need to manually change that and double it. If I want to mint 4, double it again. 640,000. So now I can mint 4. If I want to do it again, now I can mint 5 of them, right? And then save the gas. And now it's going to allow me to use all of that gas to mint how many NFTs I want. Now, if you don't want people to have to do that, then you comment out this gas part. And what's going to happen now, hit refresh, you'll see that the gas automatically upped and changed to what it should be, 965,000. That's the MetaMask guesstimation of what it would cost to mint 5 NFTs. So that's just your way of being able to control how much gas is going to be spent. And you can up this. Let's say, for example, my NFT project collection, I want them to be able to mint. They have to mint a minimum of 5, right? They have to mint a minimum of 5. So I need to set that to like 950,000. Or you could just set it to straight $1 million. So now it will utilize that much gas to mint all 5 of those. If I were to have this at 285, anyways, I'm not going to go over that. You understand it. Let's move on. So I don't want that in there, so I'm just going to comment it out with my control question mark, and now it's no longer in the functionality. It's just going to auto-do, MetaMask is going to auto-do whatever it thinks it needs to do. Easy. So you guys, that's it. That's all you need. You are 100% live, and you can go in and change this DApp to look whatever way you want. This was my payment center DApp. This is the DApp that looks like for the Bingo Minting Hive. They're very much the same. I just changed a few things. I'm going to revamp these and make them look a lot better, especially this one. But I just wanted, for example purposes, to just kind of show you guys how to reverse engineer and play with that. So, this is it. Now, okay, ScrawnyViking, cool. Like, I see it, but now how do I get it live? I've done everything, right? It works off of my smart contract. I can mint stuff. And it goes on OpenSea. It looks great, but now how do I host it from a live web domain so I can have a .exchange or a .io or a .fit? You know, I picked that from GoDaddy, or a .com. So there's a few different ways we can do this. Number 1, we're going to open up a new terminal since we're hosting a live broadcasted local version on this terminal. We can keep that open and just open a new one. So now, there's a few different things that we can do here. I'm going to show you the very easiest one, and it's through Amazon's AWS. I like it because it literally does everything automatically for you. It's really, really cool. So all we have to do right now is create a build folder. We have everything that we want. We love how it looks. We're so excited for it. Awesome sauce. We're done. We've made the web design how we want it to look. Now we run npm run build. This is going to compile everything that you just did, all of the .jsons, the ABI, the blockchain actions, the app, the index, all of your assets, your images. It's taking everything and putting it into a beautiful little production package so that it is now a hosted DApp. It is now working as one unit, not a whole bunch of code. You know, anyways, I'm not going to go too much into it. Waiting for this to be done. So it is done. Outstanding. Now we have our build directory. This is your DApp. Everything in this folder, I can put this anywhere on the internet that I want. And this is your DApp that is live that you just created. I'm going to prove it right now through AWS. To get here, AWS, log in, go to all their services. They have a shit ton of them. You're going to find AWS Amplify, the front end, web, and mobile. AWS Amplify. From here, you're not going to see this. Create a new app. Host web app. Deploy without Git provider. Now, if you have a GitHub and you're connected and you want to connect, and you can do it that way, but we're going to simplify it. We don't even need that. Deploy without anything. So I'm going to take my already done production build folder that we just compiled into a beautiful little package. And I'm going to go find it. Mine should be in, no, NFT tutorial. Yours should be in the same thing right here. And then build. Literally going to take this build folder. You ready? And I'm going to drag it. And I'm going to drop it. Amazon does everything for you. Literally everything. It is so cool. App name, we're going to do NFT tutorial. Environment is going to be test. Save and deploy. Now, what Amazon's doing is it's taking your build file that you just made a production out of, and it's making its own production, the exact same production, and then it's going to host it on a temporary domain for you to go see it and show all your friends and family so that it's live. It is that easy. It's that quick. AWS is amazing. And from there, you can transfer it to any domain that you own. Any one of them. It doesn't matter. Every domain's got their own DNS settings that you can go play with. Okay, so we dropped that build folder in there, and then when we click this, our DApp is not yet live, but it's about to be. Maybe give it a little Oh, it still says 70%. Duh. I was impatient. So now it's 100% deployed. You click on this, and your app is live. If I didn't delete everything, it would look like that still. Or like that. But since we deleted everything and created the deployment, it looks just like this button. That's it. And now we can make this into a pop-up window from WordPress or something if we wanted to. Or we can just embed this into any website that we want, right? So now I have this host. This isn't hosted, really. You got to understand that this host that AWS gave you, this is just like a temporary gateway that they have that they're hosting your production on. Now, if you were to get 100 people to try to buy at the same time, it's going to crash. It's not going to work because you're not paying for a hosting service to handle the traffic. So now to do that, click on this little thing, go to domain management, and add domain. So this is the build that we're working off. It's on the test branch, yada, yada, yada. We just went from NFT tutorial to the domain management. We're going to add a domain. This could be any domain you own, anything you own. I already have used all of mine up, so I can't really show you this unless I go buy another domain. But for example purposes, what I did was tweet.fit, and then from here, tweet.fit, www.tweet.fit, this does it automatically. Now, which environment do you want to be used for this domain? The test environment that we just created, that we dropped our DApp in, that is this, is what we're using. So I would hit save, and then from there, it's going to give you some DNS settings that you need to go into either GoDaddy. Mine's through GoDaddy. So it's going to give you some records that you need to add, an A type and or a C name, and you're just going to add them exactly the way they say it. It's very, very simple. Just do exactly what the next screen tells you, and then you're going to forward your domain to whatever you want. And then it will update the name servers for you, or you can just customize and program those DNS names as well. There's two different ways you can do it, but it's going to show you. The next screen will 100% tell you what to do. I don't want to go through it because I might mess up my current domain that's hosting all my good stuff. But that's super easy. Now you're connected. Once that connects and you've got your DNS settings, you're going to see something that looks like this. You can see that mine has been forwarded to tweet.fit. And it's that easy, guys. It's so amazing. So now let's say we want to go to Wix. Marks. Bookmarks. Where's my bookmarks? I'm on the wrong tab for it, but anyways, Wix. I already do it on this one. No, I'm not logged in on this one. I'm logged on to a different one. I have to show you through. Hopefully it's this one. Awesome. My Wix website designer editor. And this is so easy, guys. Now that you have that hosted and you have a web domain for it, change website address. You literally just add an embed. Then you click embed site. It is so simple. When you click embed site and you put the web address in there. So let's put one, right? We just did. Apply. Look at that. Look at that. Look how freaking easy that was. I'm going to make this a little bit wider so it looks all nice and neat. And I could put this button anywhere on my website I want. You know what I mean? Put it right on top of there if I wanted to. We can make it the top some fun, make it the same size. Completely cover it. No one would have any idea that was a button on top of a button. You know what I mean? They just think it's programmed in there, hard-coded. Except I didn't go wide enough with it. Come on, come on. Go. No, I'm not saying that you should do this. I'm just saying, like, this is how easy it is. It's so amazing. And the same way with WordPress. It's literally the same thing. Where's my WordPress? I have a lot of tabs open. I don't have WordPress open, apparently. And I don't have it open on this one. Too many tabs, too many windows, too many everythings. Okay, guys, so the same way, I'm in WordPress, right? And all I did was take an HTML, right? So you can go down here, take a new section, make a new section, click here, HTML, drag it in here, and now you've got your HTML bar, right? You can go ahead and copy the same one that I did, if you would like. Very simple template, an embed SRC template. Down here, embed, and then you just change the website to whatever you want to, right? So what was it? Go right here and embed that, and bam, I have my little button. Easy peasy. And then from there you can just, you know, put it wherever, however you want, make it smaller, make this window smaller, make it tiny, and you can just kind of plug this into wherever you want on your site. So you know how to do that with Wix and WordPress now. Now let's learn how to host it through IPFS so that you can use like a ENS or you can use Unstoppable Domains, right? You got to be able to host on your IPFS. Let's learn that. Let's go to, let's just open our terminal. So at this point of everything, you're going to need, you already have Pinata. We already talked about IPFS. So everything's good on that front. Now, there's a couple of things that we're going to need to add to make this work on IPFS. And the first thing is we got to add a home page to our IPNS. So you're basically going to be hosting your own DApp through IPNS and using the IPFS that's attached to the IPNS to go host it wherever you want, like Unstoppable Domains. You literally just use the IPFS hash, and it knows how to find your production build. It is just so amazing and easy. So let's go ahead and do that right now. What I'm doing is looking for some notes. On valuable notes at line 77, you're going to need these. First of all, before I say anything else, if we want to deploy on IPFS using IPNS, you've got to put these in here. Number one, copy 78 and 79 and go to your package.json. Now on line 32, hit enter, so you're starting at 33, and just paste those in there. Now on 32, you got to add a comma. Must add the comma. If you don't add the comma, it will break. Now go back and copy the home page. I'm going to copy the one that I put, the full one right here. And then you can change yours accordingly after this. Copy the whole thing, all the way to the parentheses, to the comma. And go back to JSON, package.json. Now you're going to click on 27 right here, hit enter, and paste. If you don't do that exactly, you'll break the code. It has to look exactly like this. There has to be a comma at the end. So right now, this is my IPNS. And I'm going to show you how to find yours. What's hosting on my IPNS right now is this. This IPFS is the DApp that I dropped into Pinata that is now hosting this from my IPNS. It's technically locally hosting this. I could handle some traffic so long as my node and computer are running, right? Not a safest thing to do. If people are coming into your thing and making transactions, now they can technically get into your computer and do some stuff. So it's not the safest thing unless you're a real blockchain developer, you have the right infrastructure in play, and you know how to protect yourself. So instead of doing that, we're going to host it through something else. But initially, we're hosting it through our IPNS so that that something else can read where the hell it's coming from. Then it's going to take over the hosting. But we got to host it from some root, right? And IPFS needs to know what that root is, and that's what we're doing right here. We're adding a home page and telling the IPFS network that, hey, I'm hosting this on IPNS. This is where you grab it from. If you don't do this, you're going to get a white page. It means you're going to go upload your stuff, and it's going to all load, but it's going to give you a white page because it doesn't know where it's being hosted from. We're telling it where it's being hosted from now. So now that we have those in there, and everything else has already been done, right? It's perfect, exactly how you wanted it. And now you're adding this because you want to host it through IPFS. This is also the way to host it through GoDaddy. I can show you both ways really quick. IPFS. First of all, IPFS name resolve. We want to see what your IPNS is, or if it's even resolving anything. This might not show up anything. If it gives you an error code, you can't write IPFS commands, you're going to need to go download the IPFS.io installer package so that you can start running those commands. Now, if you should already know about this because this late into the video, you knew about IPFS and Pinata, and we already connected it through our secret keys. So you really shouldn't have this problem right now. If you do run into this problem and you can't do what I'm about to do and you do want to host on IPFS, come talk to me. I'll help you get through it, but there's so many variables that could have happened that makes it so that it doesn't work that I really just need to talk to you. I can't just say, hey, here's the fix. There isn't one fix. So anyway, so everything works for you IPFS-wise. What we're going to do is we're going to upload our build, but we're going to rebuild one, right? Because this build, if you take a look right here, it doesn't know where the directory is coming from. It doesn't have a directory. It's just a slash. So the only way this would work is if we were hosting it and the host DNS server goes, oh, cool, we're going to take that root directory and give it a new one. Well, we're not doing that. So we have to give it one, which is why we did what we did in the JSON file, package.json. We gave it one. Now we need to run that build. So npm run build. Okay, so this is going to put everything together like we did earlier in the production package, but this time our root directory, our home page, is going to be our IPNS. You know what? I totally skipped the whole step. Don't do what I just did yet. I'm going to let this go through. I have to teach you how to... Nope, I lied. You're good. What we just did is exactly what you want to do. Forget what I just said the last 5 seconds. So perfect, we have this now. Now if you go up to your build folder and click on asset manifestation, you'll notice that your directory is now this huge long IPNS. That is where you're hosting your directory from. And IPFS needs to know that. So this is beautiful right now. What we're going to do next is we're going to upload it to IPFS. Super easy. We're going to do IPFS add -r build /. It's very important that you're putting the /. What I'm telling the system is that this is a directory. I want to add everything that's inside of this directory. I don't want to just add this one file. I'm adding a folder full of stuff. That's why I'm putting a / at the end. So now when I add this, it's going to add everything in that build folder and give it IPFS hashes. Everything we just did, our DApp is now live on IPFS. And we have the hash right here. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to host this IPFS with our IPNS. You're going to type in IPFS name publish, paste that last the last hash that we just did, the one that's connected to build right here. And you're going to paste that. And now this is publishing it to your IPNS. You are now locally hosting your DApp that you just built with your smart contract that's connected to the OpenSea collection that you have uploaded. This is all blockchain. This is all amazing stuff. It's all connecting to one another right now. The last step is now that you have your IPFS hash after this publishes, you're also going to have your IPNS, which I'm going to show you. See, now when I was talking about a minute ago and I said, hold on, I forgot a step. You don't have your IPNS yet. So there's no way that you could have done what I did, right? So how do we find that? We need to publish something, anything. It does not matter at this point. You published any IPFS hash in the world, I don't care. Once you do that, now you have your IPNS. Now you take this, go to your package.json and replace your IPNS with mine, or my IPNS with yours, rather, right? And you would do that. Now, save it, npm run build, go through that process. I don't want to do it again, but you're going to go through that process, and it's going to give you everything that you see here again. Well, nope, that you got to add it. No, let me go ahead and just do everything for you. I'm so sorry. I'm confusing people right now. Run deploy. Okay, what I accidentally just did, I did deploy instead of build. So I'm actually deploying to GitHub pages right now. I am deploying this to GitHub pages, which is not going to do anything because it's the wrong homepage address. So it's like, no, bro, sorry, we ain't going to do that for you. So let me not make a mistake and do npm run build instead of deploy. Don't do deploy. We're going to do that later once we have GitHub attached, which we're going to have to download and install GitHub pages. Cool. Now we have our build. We have our IPNS, and we put the IPNS in the package. We ran our build, and now our IPNS is hosting the build folder. So now, again, we're going to do IPFS add -r build /. Now we have a new IPFS, a new hash CID. So we're going to do IPFS name publish. Bam. And now the new build folder that we just produced and pushed to IPFS is being hosted by our IPNS. Now, here's our last step. Last couple of steps, actually. We're going to copy and paste that hash, go back to Pinata. And you're going to upload CID. You have your hash CID. Paste that in there. I'm going to call it DApp, tutorial NFT DApp. It's successful. Refresh your page really quick. It should be the very top one, but it's not. Where did mine go? Why are you hiding from me? Now it's on top. It just wanted to be a butthead. So when I click this, you should see, well, not that one. Copy link. I have to go to my other browser because that browser is connected to my local host. Now, when I put this in here, you should see my DApp pop up because it's being hosted by my IPNS. If I didn't put that IPNS in there, the homepage, I would be getting a white page right now. And that would suck. And a lot of people are getting white page because they don't understand this part of the process. Hopefully, I just helped you out tremendously. Bam, there it is. So now that we know that this works and we have an IPFS hash, this is another really easy part, right? We're going to go back to Pinata really quick. Just to confirm that we have the right. Now we're going to copy the hash. Just the hash. Now there's two different places you can code to do this. I don't want to do that. We want ENS. ENS domain. We should see ens.domains. That's what it is. So you can launch app and you can do it through here. You can connect your domain, your wallet to this, and then go and purchase a domain. When you purchase this domain, all you have to do is add that hash that we went into, and it is, you now own it. It is so simple. I don't even want to launch the app and show you this. You guys just go do it. You have your hash. You register your DNS. We're going to go to UnstoppableDomains and do the exact same thing, you guys. We sign up, sign in, blah, blah, blah. Not going to go through that. You register a domain. Make sure it's not like a .nft or a DAO. It needs to be a .zil or a .crypto. You understand that these are black and these ones are not. These ones you cannot host a website on. These two you can on Unstoppable Domains. So if I wanted to do tbcnft.crypto, let's see if it's available. It is available. It's $200. So I can buy the .crypto for $200. Once I add that to my cart, we're going to be able to upload it. If I go to my premium domains, I'm not going to log in again, but if you go to domains, manage domains, and then upload. If you scroll down to the bottom, you will see. Am I logged in? Let me see if I can log in my other browser. No, see, I haven't. I don't want to do it. Don't make me do it. But this is how you do it. There's a lot of videos that show how to do it. You have your hash. You've hosted an IPFS. You've successfully done all that. This is the easiest part. Buy your domain, put that hash in the domain, and bam, it's live. That's all you have to do, and you are now being hosted by .crypto from Unstoppable Domains. Last part. Let's go to GitHub. Let's do it that way, right? For the NFT tutorial, let's go ahead and do it through this. What I'm going to do, since I have these, is I've got to install GitHub pages. Now, I'll put this in the description below, but I had it in the notes over here somewhere. There it is, NPM. I don't know why that took me so long to find. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the notes as well in here, and in the description below. But all you need to do at this point is type npm install gh-pages --save-dev. I will have that in the description for you to copy and paste. Now, the only reason you would need to do this step is if you wanted to host on a free GitHub server and then utilize that down the road. So now that we've installed that and we already put in what we need to put in here, all we're going to do is change our home page, and I have this in the notes as well. Let's go to the notes that I put here. At the very bottom, your home page is going to be this. The whole thing. So whatever your username is for your GitHub, mine is tomorrow won't exist, and then whatever your repository that you created, that is going to be at the end of here. And this is your hosted domain with GitHub. So yours would be username.github.io, and if yours was like mint, it would be /mint. So now that we've installed GH pages, we've put the right home page in, and we've already put these in here. Now we're going to run npm run deploy, which we did before earlier and didn't mean to, but we didn't install this package, so it didn't work. So now before I do this, I'm going to show you. So here, NFT tutorial, and we're going to be adding a second branch. It's going to do it all automatically though, 100%. So when I run deploy, it's going to put everything into a production build, and it's going to upload your DApp onto GitHub server, so you're now hosted on GitHub. So we have hosted on ENS, Unstoppable Domains with a .crypto, a .io. We have checked AWS, how to do the domain transfer from there. You could use Wix, you could use GitHub, you could use pretty much anything. GoDaddy, you can, and then we did the IPFS. What else? Lots of ways that you can host your stuff, right? So now this is live. Everything is good. All I have to do is go back to my package, double click on this or copy, and let's make sure it worked and it's live. Not yet. It will be in a second though, I promise. Give it a second. Takes a second. So now it's published. So now I want you to refresh your repo. And if you don't know how to make this repo and you're like, what the heck? How'd you do that? I don't understand. Let's do that really quick, okay? So if you do know what you're doing, you understand that a GH pages just got created and your website is now being hosted through github.com or .io. Bam, done, you're hosted. It is that simple, guys. Once you understand how to do everything, it is literally so simple. Now you go to settings and you go to pages. Cool, you want to transfer it to a custom domain? No problem. Type in that custom domain, hit save, and then go change your DNS settings, and bam, this will route to whatever you put in here as long as you own that domain and pay it for a hosting service. Super freaking easy, right? So we have done so much. We have learned so much. What is the next step? Oh, I was going to show you how to push that to the GitHub. That's right. So let's say that you're like, I want to do what you just did, but I have no idea what you just did. You're going to go make a GitHub account, okay? When you get to your home page, you're going to find this new repository. Now this is your username, the beginning of your domain, and this is the end of your domain, what you want it to be called. So let's just go mint, right? And all you're going to do is create a repository. I'm going to do all lowercase, just in case I forget to do that later. Create a repository, and now you see this screen, okay? Let's pretend we didn't just do all of this, but we already put everything in because we know how to do that. And now we want to push this to be able to do that for ourselves. You just created a repository, and now you're going to push it to your own repository the exact same way that I just did. Since I just created this one, now I want to connect to this one. Now you're going to do git remote-v for git version. You're basically getting the version. What remote are you connected to? Now, my GitHub repository, I'm connected to NFT tutorial. That's what I've been connected to. If I want to connect to this new one that I just created, git remote remove origin. Now I don't have anything. So if I do git remote-v again, nothing shows up. So now I'm going to do git remote add origin, right? Now I'm going to go and copy right here this brand new one that I just made. Git remote add origin, paste, and now you can do git remote-v again just to confirm you are now on that repo. Okay? So now you don't have to push the DApp to your repo like I did. You could just publish it to GH Pages, and that would be absolutely fine. You could do either one. If you want to push everything the way that I did and have your DApp live on the repo to be able to share with people or edit and revamp or have people help you edit, do stuff like that with collaborations, here's how you do that. It actually has the instructions for you right here. It's like super easy. Since you've already got a DApp built, you don't need to do add readme, but you can start with git init, and it tells you I'm already in it. I actually don't want to be initialized into that repository. So git remote v. All right, good. Just making sure we're still on the same one. So now all I'm going to do is git branch - M main, so that now I'm getting a main branch, right? I'm attached to my main branch. Before I was attached to the origin, whatever it ended up being, but I want to create a main branch right now. And then I'm going to add, or git add dot, literally space period, or you can do add -- all, and it's the same thing. So now it's adding everything in my DApp into what's about to happen. So now I'm going to push it, right, or commit it. Now that it's all added, I can hit status, and it tells me what I added. It went from red to green. So the green, that means that's what we're adding that's new to this repo that wasn't there before. So git commit. We're going to commit the add now. -m space. And now you're going to type a message. You can type whatever you want. I'm going to do NFT tutorial test. And then a parentheses. When you hit enter, it's committing that. Now I'm going to push it. The very first time I push to a repository to upload it, I have to do a U origin. So git push -u origin. And if I type main right now, it's going to push it all to the main. If I want to make a master branch, I can push it all to master. If I want to name it whatever I want, you can push it whatever you want. If I just do origin, it's just going to push it to whatever I created the origin, which is the main branch, because I created and attached the main branch earlier. So now it's pushing our whole DApp to our repo. This isn't publishing it. We're pushing our DApp to the repo. You did not need to do this, but if you wanted to for fun and kind of learn, now you have the DApp that I had on my repo, and it's now on your repo. And you can change it and push it and add it and pull it and do whatever you want to it. There's a lot of cool things you can learn in GitHub. Anyways, now let's deploy it. npm run deploy. Now what it's going to do is do the exact same thing. Run the package, attach it to this DApp, deploy the GitHub pages that's going to be hosting your DApp. Now also take note that I forgot to change this from NFT tutorial to mint. So what I just did is I pushed another build to my NFT tutorial. I made a mistake because I forgot to change something. Now it's not really going to mess with anything because all I did was upload or update the home page, right? I still pushed it to the mint repository. It didn't. Go check, right? Tutorial. Okay, that's still the one I pushed 7 minutes ago. But what did it end up doing? Published NFT tutorial. There we go. It did do it in the mint, but unfortunately I had the wrong address in there, right? So I need to go change that. And that's really easy to change. It's not a big deal. I just kind of wanted to verify it, but let me see if it even worked. Probably not. That's 404. Now if I put NFT tutorial, it did work. So let me go back into here, change that to mint, hit save, back, rerun the deploy, and now it's going to deploy and create the production build with the correct homepage. It was NFT tutorial, now I just changed it to mint, which is going to be this one. Now it'll match, and now it will host that website that I asked it to. This went on way longer than I wanted to. The video was getting way longer than I wanted to, but I really just wanted to show everybody everything. You have multiple routes of doing this hosting thing. If you've run into any issues thus far, I offer packages. I can hold your hand for an hour and we'll do live screen share, and I'll make sure you get your stuff deployed. Or you don't want to do any of this, you're like, ScrawnyViking, just do it for me. I absolutely can. Just hit me up. Let's go check this now. Yes, it works. You guys, so I don't know what else to add to this video. I want to close it, but I don't know how to close it. I have showed you so much. I really hope that this all helped and really explained how everything works. There's a lot more I wanted to say. I just didn't really get to it. There's a lot less that I wanted to do, but I ended up doing it anyway. This video's gotten way longer than I wanted it to be, but please go buy an NFT. We're going to be playing bingo, and it's going to be so much fun. You guys have no idea. Here, I'll just show you. This is kind of what we're going to be doing.
Hey guys, I'm Twee, and this is Bingo!
I want to make it as quick as possible, as easy, as fast as possible. So if you're at work, or you're busy, and you're in the car, and you want to be able to win $1,000, all you have to do is, at the time we specify, open up the bingo, and watch for just a minute or two. We're going to go really fast.
So we're going to go very, very quickly so that everybody has a chance to win $1,000 and not waste anybody's time. So you ready for round 2? Here we go!
So if you didn't get the first item, you're done. You're gone. Go back to work. Go do what you got to do, right? If you moved on to the next round, you got to hang out. But we're going to go so fast, I'll only take up a couple minutes of your time. This is going to be so much fun. Go buy a BNFT so you can play bingo, and every day, more than 200 times, you will have a chance to win $1,000. It's going to be so awesome. So much fun. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope this helped. If you need help, please hit me up. Go to my Discord. It's right here. You can control-click that. It will open up to go to Discord. But go buy an NFT. I hope I helped you guys, and we will see you around. Peace out.